channel. Today we're going to talk about doc bands. If you're a doc band mom or soon to be or thinking about it, or someone has brought this up to you, then this video is for you. I am a was a doc band mom. I actually had to go through it twice. So my son had 2 of these really cute helmets that he used. And so I wanted to answer some questions that I had that are not like questions you may be able to look online for, you know, the common questions that are medical related. This is going to be more like mom questions that you may be concerned about, that is probably really common for you to worry about, but you may not be able to find online as easily. So we'll start with that. For those that are new to my channel, my name is Talita and I'm a first-time mom to a now 7-month-old baby boy. And I am so excited to have you guys here. Really, this channel is dedicated to you, for you to feel less alone, for you to feel heard, for us to feel like we have a community and a place for you to go to feel hopefully motivated and to know that you are capable of doing anything and that you are more than just a mom. So I really hope that you feel welcomed here and that all of those things are something that you get out of this channel. So let's get started. First question that I wanted to share with you guys that I had was, you know, is it going to disrupt my baby's sleep? Is he going to feel uncomfortable and bothered by using the helmet? So this is what the helmet looks like, by the way, and they all come in different shapes and sizes, depending on what your baby needs, right? So, and I'll talk about these little stickers later on because I know a lot of people had questions on these when he had these on. But, you know, this is super lightweight, and I didn't know, but it did not bother him one bit, you guys. These helmets, as soon as he put it on, it was as if we never did anything that day differently. So really, for most kids, the helmet, the doc band, should not bother them. It should not disrupt their sleep. It should not keep them from rolling or just being who they were prior to the helmet. They'll be able to do whatever it is that they were doing before without the helmet. That was a big question of mine and a big concern of mine. I think I've had like a little bit of a mom guilt for him having the helmet on. There's a lot of talks out there too that, you know, if you wait it out, then their head shape should go back to normal. And I guess to back it up a little bit, for those that don't know, the reason why you would need a doc band is because of the head shape of the baby when either he or she was born or after they were born due to positioning. So for example, nowadays we're told for the baby to sleep on their backs all the time, and what that does is it causes them to have a flat spot on their back, the back of their head. And when they have that, they need the helmet to kind of help get it, you know, back to normal or how it's supposed to be. That's one reason. That's actually a big reason for dog band helmets nowadays, just because it wasn't like that before. That wasn't the case before, where kids had to sleep that specific way. But you know, it is important, so we do it. But the reason for my baby to have a need for a doc band was a little different. It was due to positioning in the utero, which is actually very hard to correct. It's very one of the most difficult reasons, you know, to correct it, just because he was in a certain position in utero for so long. So for that to be corrected, There are many different types of, I guess I don't want to call it problems or issues, but let's call it issues. There are different types of issues that arise with that. For example, he had his neck, he tended to look more towards one direction versus another, which didn't help with the head shape, and a bunch of other things. So, long story short, the positioning of the utero is also another reason why they may have it a certain way. For example, because of his positioning being just one way for so many months in the womb, his head was sloped down more towards one side versus another instead of being evenly shaped. And I also, because of my birth experience, he did have a little bit of a cone head. And normally the cone head goes back to normal if that's all that it is, but that didn't happen for him. So we had a pretty serious case on our hands. And this is why he had 2 doc bands instead of 1. So just wanted to throw that out there so you guys kind of know the background of the story. Another question that I had is how long he will need the doc band for, and how soon they can start, using the doc band. So when I went to my pediatrician, she mentioned most likely 4 months on, and even when we had someone come over the house and take a look at it, they said about the same thing. 4 months is usually when you start, when you start the process. But when we called the clinic, they actually said that he can start at 3 months. So we wanted to start as early as possible. And this is something that I advise anyone to do. The earlier, the better. So I believe, and this is based on just our experience and what we were told, 3 months is okay to start, and the earlier the better, because they're still in that growing stage, and it resolves quicker, right? Obviously it will resolve quicker the earlier you do it for, and it will take longer if you wait long to start the process, and we didn't want that. So what we did is, once he turned 3 months, we went in and we took some pictures, and basically they're 3D pictures that they take of each side of their head, each angle, and they put a little sock over their head, which is really, really funny and really cute. But they put a little sock over their face, and sometimes, the entire face is covered with a sock, and sometimes the face is open and the sock is just in the head. But they take pictures real quick, and they're able to then figure out how they will shape the doc band from those pictures, and also how severe or non-severe the situation is. So that's the start. How long they need to use the helmet for really depends on how serious the case is, how severe. In our case, we were told immediately that it was severe. There were various different points that we needed to fix, and there will most likely be a need for a second doc band. But obviously we would try not to have to go there. But there was an expectation there, just, we knew that there was a possibility that we would need a second doc band, and we did. So it wasn't that bad, because really from the start, he started using it. So we started the process at 3 months. He got the helmet 2 weeks later. So it was about, let's call it 3.5 months when he actually started using the doc band. And by, I want to say, the end of 4 months, so probably 6-7 weeks later, he was done using the first doc band. And then he started the second one, and that took around 5-6 weeks total. So it really wasn't that long. He's 7 months now, and he has no helmet. His head isn't perfect. It wasn't completely fixed, but again, this is just our case, and the reason for that is because he had the uteral positioning, and it was really severe. And there are some things that just cannot be fixed by the helmet, and that was one of them. You really don't notice it, but as parents, obviously we know it's there. But most people, if they're looking at your baby, like it's not noticeable at all. And his head shape is so much better. I'll put a picture here so you guys can see. Incredible results. Highly, highly recommend. When I asked if we just let it be and not use the dock band, if his head shape would just go back to normal on its own, I was told no. I was told that is not how it works, that it would not go back to normal. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just what I've been told. And I didn't want to take that risk because, that's, especially in my son's case, it was severe and it was very, very obvious. And if there was something that we could do about it, why not? That was how we made our decision to go on with the dock band treatment. So that is that. As far as cleaning goes, you do have to clean it once a day. And we used this 70% isopropyl alcohol right here. First time my husband came across one that was scented. It was like mint scent or something like that. Do not buy that. It was awful, and it made our son's helmet inside look green. And it was so gross, and it smelled terrible. Actually, I think, the thought process behind it was, oh, it would smell nice, but no, it didn't smell nice. He did have to use the helmet 23 hours a day. So what we did is we took it off for bath time every night. You are supposed to wash their hair, the head every night, of course, because otherwise it gets oily and it transfers to the helmet, and that could cause bacteria. So you wash their hair every night, and you also, during that time, your partner can clean the helmet. And it's very easy. You just put a little bit of the alcohol in the toilet paper towel, and you just wipe the helmet inside. Just a tiny, tiny bit. 70%, by the way, is the one that we were suggested. And of course, you're going to get these directions as well, but just so you guys are prepared. And yeah, you just clean it and you let it dry, and then you put it back on their little heads. And that's really it. That's the process. We thought it was going to be, it's definitely harder on the parents than it is on the child. The child has no idea what's going on. They don't have any discomfort. They're fine. For the parents, it's a little bit, for us especially, I think it was harder just because, for example, even holding the baby, to sleep, rocking them to sleep, you have that helmet that's like, attacking your arm. You gotta take it off every night, clean it every night, little things like that. It's really no big deal. It's just, it becomes part of your routine, but it is like an extra thing you have to do every single day. But it is important and it is worth it. As far as the stickers go, we got these on Etsy. And they were fairly easy to put on. They have so many different designs, and it says "working on my curve" in the back, which is really cute. Yeah, we chose the Disney one, and we customized it for his name, Caden, in front. I thought it was super cute. This was my favorite thing, like just getting this done with my husband and deciding where to put the stickers and make it just like, unique to him. Was very cool. The second time around, we weren't as excited to do it. We just had some leftover stickers that we put on. But it was nice to do, and what we plan to do, once he turns 1, Build-A-Bear actually gifts your child with a free Build-A-Bear for their first birthday. So we're gonna take him there for his first birthday, and we are going to put this on top of the Build-A-Bear head, and so that's something that will always be around, and he can have it when he's older too. I think it's really cool, and yeah, we definitely didn't want to throw it away, but you can if you want to. It's just something we wanted to keep. So yeah, I think those were my main questions. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful. Honestly, it's nothing to really worry about. Everything will work out in the end. I am so happy with how things turned out for Caden. He will not remember this, we will, but he won't. And now he has a cute little head, and I don't have to worry about that, and he won't have to worry about that, and that makes my heart very happy. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a great week.